guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Siri and I will be your host for this evening, but I don't even know if you're watching this evening. What's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Siri. I will be your host. Period. Thank you. If you would like to see how I decided to get ready and do a little dewy, bronzed, summer, coral, glam situation, then just keep on watching because we're just going to jump right into it, okay? Boom. I have a mirror right here in front of me, so if I'm like looking down a lot, just know it's because I'm staring at myself. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. First, I'm going to prime my face because I want it to be super dewy. So I'm gonna start with the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminizing Moisturizer. It's one of my faves. I'm going to take this moisturizer, I put it under my eyes as just like a primer before I go in with my eyeshadows. I'm going to prime my eyes with concealer, if I can find it. I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the color Oat. Yeah, Oat. A little bit on my eyelids. Just to like cancel out any discoloration you may have. So first step for my eyes is I'm going to contour my eyes. I'm going to take the Park Avenue Princess palette in the color Princess Cut on this little Tarte blendy brush, and then I just kind of focus it here and then work it back. I mostly want to bring it like in towards the eyebrow and nose, like where that meets, because that'll help pinch your nose together. And then it also, like I said, just kind of helps like fill the space in my eyelid a little bit. Next, I'm going to go into one of my favorite palettes, and that is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. And I'm going to take the color Smarty Pants. It's just a basic, like, warm brown shade to throw in the crease. I'm going to keep the eyes pretty simple in terms of eyeshadow because I think I'm going to do, like, a smoky wing situation with, like, a glittery brown. Now, for my wing, I think I'm going to start with a black base for the eyeshadow because I'm going to use a super shimmery glittery brown color, so I want it to pop. I don't want it to be too subtle. Okay, so I'm just going to take this eyeliner pencil and I'm going to smudge it on the corner of my eye right here, like so, and create just like a tiny little slight wing. Like that. I literally just want it to be like the most subtle, tiny black wing. Because now I'm going to go in with just like an angled little detailer brush and just smudge it out so that I can go back later and lay the eyeshadow on top of it. The Huda Nude Beauty palette in medium, and I'm gonna use this sparkly brown and pink shade on the bottom. I'm gonna get my brush a little bit wet first. I'm gonna use this Mehron makeup barrier spray. This is like actually for like special effects makeup, but I find that it helps glitter and like loose pigment shadows kind of last a little bit longer because it's sticky. Then with my angled liner, I'm just going to put this over top of the black. hope it's picking this up on camera, but it's like so glittery and like pink and brown. I think I'm just gonna leave it on the outer corner and leave the inner part still black. Okay, now to move on to skin. I want to keep it super glowy. I want to keep it super bronzy, like summery, fresh. So to start off with, I'm going to use a tinted moisturizer. I never really use a foundation anyways. I don't really like foundation personally on myself. So the BB cream I'm using at the moment is it's got little flecks, like little bits of reflex in it too. So it's not shimmery, but it helps reflect the light a little bit, so it keeps you dewy. I just put like a little pump on there, and then I'm just gonna start blending it my face. But I'm gonna keep it out of the under eye area. I never put foundation under my eyes. All right, now that I'm done with BB cream, I'm gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna start with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer. I don't know why no one really talks about this. It's like just super hydrating and like thin. I'm just gonna do like a light layer of that. And I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender and then blend that out. Once I do that initial step, I'm gonna go back in with my Hourglass concealer just to brighten a smidge. The other concealer is more like my skin tone. This is just gonna like brighten up the under eye area. Make me look more awake. In this part, I like just kind of concentrate on the inner area. I don't necessarily like blend it too far out. And then I'm just gonna take that same concealer and just put the tiniest little bit on my nose. And then I'm gonna take a little concealer brush and then just kind of buff that in a line just to help me highlight / contour my nose later. And then I'm gonna go back in with my Tarte concealer and just kind of cover up any pimples, blemishes, any like imperfections. And then I just kind of like dab in a circle around them to just kind of like blend the color into the rest of my face. And then that's that. I'm gonna mix a little bit of my Laura Mercier with a little bit of the Fenty Beauty. The reason I'm doing that is because the Fenty Beauty is banana colored, so it's just a little tinge of yellow. I do like this powder a lot, but I'm just a little too pale for it right now. So I have to mix it with the translucent, the yellow concoction. And then I'm gonna tap off most of the product and then just set real quick. I'm not gonna bake or anything right now. I just wanna get this so it doesn't crease. Next step is I'm going to contour and bronze, and I'm going to cream contour with the Tom Ford Shape and Illuminate palette. And then I'm going to take this Morphe blending brush. It's just like a little thick dense brush, dip it into the contour powder, and then to contour I kind of do my contour as like a triangle here, as opposed to just like a line. because I think it makes like your cheekbones look more lifted when the contour kind of comes up around them, as opposed to just a straight line down your face. Like, that's super unnatural. And then I'm going to contour back behind my jawline. I don't know why, but I was blessed with a genetically loose neck. So I just really like to contour under here and make it less noticeable. I like it to look a little bit more chiseled. Then I'm going to just contour my nose with like a flat eyeshadow looking brush. Same cream contour. I like to start in the middle on both sides and kind of like determine the width and then blend it up and down respectively. Then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just kind of like, I don't know, go back through and blend everything. I'm using a blush that's a little bit more on the bronzy side. Once that's done, I'm going to move on to highlights. I'm going to use the Tom Ford highlighter now here. For this, I just put it on my finger, and then I'm just going to kind of put it on and then blend it around. It's kind of like a pearlescent shade, I guess, if you could even call it a shade, really. I'm going to do some on my nose for sure. I like it on the tip here, and then I like it on the bridge here. Now that that is done, I'm going to go and set my entire face. I'm going to take that on a super powdery brush like this. Normally, I would use like a flat top and like stipple my powder on my face. But because I want a dewy look, I don't want the powder to clump up or like make any parts super matte or other parts not. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush, kind of just swirl it in there, and then just kind of powder my face, as one does. Now here's my trick, because if you're super oily like me, you know that like powder is your life. It's really hard to do dewy looks without putting powder on and without doing whatever. So that's, I just set my entire face. I still look super dewy. I still look super natural. But then I'm going to take my little setting brush that I use under my eyes with my Laura Mercier powder. And I'm just going to take this powder and put it anywhere that I need extra mattifying. So for me, that's going to be right here in between my eyebrows and up into my forehead, just a smidge. And then right here by my nose. And those are just the areas where I just get super oily and it just looks super noticeable. But then I'm also going to take some more of that powder and just in the slightest bit kind of reverse contour up my nose with it, just to make my nose look a little more pinched. Boom! We love a that can't breathe. Then I'm gonna take just a little brush like this. I don't want this like bake to wait long, so I'm gonna just immediately brush it off. Boom. Now I'm gonna move on to eyebrows. I'm gonna go back in with that Smarty Pants shade we used out of the Too Faced color in the beginning. And with this, I'm just going to blend it on my lower lash line. And then kind of follow this wing underneath up. And then blend it into kind of like just nothing. To do my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty highlight in the color Hustla Baby. on just a little dome brush like this. Put it on my brush. And then I'm just gonna pop her in there. I think I got a little too much, but it's fine. For mascara, I'm gonna take the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, tried and true. And then right now I'm testing out the Ilia mascara. All right. Boom, we're starting to look like a human. Now I'm gonna move on to lips. So for lipstick, I want to try this new Huda Matte in the color Spring Break. Like, is this not summer in a lipstick, you know? Like, I'm just, but I think I'm going to use the lip liner from Kylie Cosmetics in the color No Sleep. There it is. This is the finished look. Super dewy skin, slight little wing, mascara, bold coral, super good for summer. Yeah, I actually really love how this turned out. This is nice. Now I wish I was going somewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you can be notified if I ever upload to YouTube ever again. Follow me on Instagram. I don't know, if you guys feel like you want to be a part of my journey, then here I am. Be a part of my journey. Let's go. Yeah, so until next time, thank you guys and bye. Do you guys want to hear a funny story? I'm probably going to include this at the end of this video because it's so irrelevant. But once upon a time, like 2 or 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to be Kim Kardashian and fucking shave all my baby hairs off. Because I was like, she looks amazing. Obviously I will too, right? That's how science works. So I took a tiny little straight razor and I shaved all of these baby hairs on my forehead. And I had a square ass block forehead for probably 3 months. And then the most awkward part about the entire ordeal is when all of these hairs started growing back, but they're short and fuzzy little patches of fur just like on my temples. I think for a while I had to like middle part and then like slick straight my hair until my baby hairs grew back. So if you're thinking about shaving your forehead, do not do it.